Hey, Dawn Super here, helping people have better days. This is the video you've been waiting for, how to and why to protect your mental health. Who is this video for? This video is for people who are stressed out all the time, have a negative soundtrack, beat themselves up for their shortcomings, that kind of stuff. I'm going to give you a different perspective on mental health, and I'm going to give you some tools to have better days. So that's what we're doing today. If you haven't already subscribed, now's a great time to smash the subscribe button and make sure you ring the bell. I have a lot of health issues and I'm not able to get out content on a regular basis, and the bell will help you know when a new video drops. I have been off for a couple of weeks protecting my mental health using my tools that I'm going to talk about in this video. I had a personal loss. Someone passed away that I really cared about, and it was very difficult for me. And Mother's Day is also very hard for me. And I had a video that I dropped, 10 tips to help you if Mother's Day or Father's Day is hard for you. No one's coming to save you. That's something that's always helped me get through my mental health challenges, is that it's up to me. It's up to me to take care of my mental health. I got hired to do a motivational speech, and in giving the talking points to the person who hired me, they said, "Can you use a different word other than mental health?" And that's how much of a stigma the words together, mental health, are. But I'd like you to deeply, deeply realize that mental health is just what's on your mind. Mental health and mindfulness are similar to each other. You can struggle with your mental health to the point where you end up with a diagnosable condition, but whether you have a condition or not, you still have mental health. How healthy is your mind and what you're going through and how you're dealing with it? So that's what this video is going to do, give you some tips about that. I've got a lot of shout outs at the end. I've had so many comments in the time that I've had off. I have 160 videos on my channel, and people keep watching them and they're commenting. So I'm going to give them a shout out at the end, so stick around for that. Why me? Why am I doing this video? Well, I didn't even like myself until I was 35 years old. I didn't know what it meant to truly be happy inside of my being until I was 41 years old. And I'm kind of hoping to cut the curve for some of you who haven't gotten there yet, or who maybe are even older than me and haven't gotten there yet. I felt powerless to my circumstances, and I no longer do. And I make content designed to help you find your power as well. So, what does it mean to be proactive and look out for your mental health? It's as challenges come to you, you take the time to notice that you're being challenged. And you take the time to notice the depth of how far you're being challenged. And you take action to do something about that. Why do you want to do this? Because challenges never stop coming. If you're still breathing in and out, you're going to have challenges. And that's just the way it goes. And being able to take them on, to notice, oh, wow, this is the one extra thing on top of the other things I've been dealing with. This is too much, right? You get to that place where you're like, this is too much. And then you might have stomach issues, or you get headaches, or you want to sleep more. And that's all because your thoughts affect your emotions, which affect your body. So noticing is the most important thing in making any change in your life, not just protecting your mental health, but everything in life. You have to notice that something needs to be different. Some of the ways that mental health affects you that you can notice are: you're stressed out, you're snapping at people, you're hypervigilant. If you have trauma in your past, you might be a hypervigilant person where you're constantly scanning for what's wrong so that you can fix it before it causes a problem. Being extra sensitive, crying at commercials or for no reason. Losing your appetite, forgetting things, dreading what you have to go do, whatever you have to go do is. Insomnia or sleeping too much, being offended, feeling insecure, Questioning your relationships. That's a big one. When your mental health is being challenged and the people aren't in front of you and you start to think they don't like you anymore or something like that, that means you have too much going on in your head to process the way that life is supposed to be going for you. You're doubting yourself. That's another way that your mental health is challenged. It creates imposter syndrome, and everything is harder when your mental health is being challenged. So I'm going to talk about this two ways. One is your daily flow of life, and the second is when you're stuck in the suck, when things start to really pile on. So protecting your mental health on a daily basis looks like you feeding your body breakfast and also feeding your soul. Like, what have you done today that made you feel good? You need to keep asking yourself that. And if you haven't done anything specifically to make yourself happy, comfortable, or to feel good, it's your responsibility to pick that ball up and run, because no one's coming to save you. It's up to you to give these things to yourself. Okay, if you get into a practice of feeding your soul as often as you feed your body, it becomes like a sort of shield for you. And when you feel good about yourself and where you're going in your life, small things come and you're more like, meh, so what? No big deal. You can learn to manage those things. One of the things that I use to help me with perspective is called the 5x5. Something happens. I have an insurance bill to pay, right? So I'm stressed out about it. And is this going to matter in 5 days? Yes, because it's not due yet. Is it going to matter in 5 months? No, because I'll have already dealt with it. So when things come at you, go through the time period. 5 hours from now, is this going to matter? 5 days from now, is this going to matter? Weeks, years, months. The sooner you get to know, the sooner you can stop stressing about it. Let it go. Go with the flow and see what happens. I got great fortune cookie advice once that really helped me with the day-to-day stuff. And it was, never break what can be untied. When you're stressed out and things are coming at you, it can be really easy to just want to blow everything up. You just don't care anymore. And that's why it's important to not say things and blow up your relationships because you're in a mood right now, because moods pass. And if the relationship is valuable to you, you can damage it. You always want to be careful to protect not only yourself, but also the people around you. We live in a very instant gratification world. Everything happens. TikTok, 90 seconds, whatever it is, Amazon delivery gets here the next day. And we have a tendency to think everything has to be resolved right now, but it doesn't. Everything doesn't have to happen right now. And if you're in a position where you're stressed out, now's not the time to be dealing with your relationships. Take a nap. Have a rest. Put some headphones on and listen to some meditation music and calm yourself down. That's protecting your mental health, is you want to feel good. Anytime you're not feeling good, you're wasting that time because you don't get it back. Okay, so I'm going to go through 10 things now that will help you when you're stuck in the suck. I also have another vid I'll link in the description. It's 15 ways to turn around a bad day. So if you have bad days on a regular basis, bookmark that one and this one and start working on it. I was miserable for the majority of my life, and it's only through perspective changes that I managed to get here to where I am today, where it doesn't matter what's going on with me. I'm not going to let anything block happy from me. One of my favorite artists, Jason Mraz, just dropped a new album. And one of the songs has a lyric and it says, if it feels good, let it. Let it feel good. How many times are we crabby, cranky, whatever, and something good comes to us and we just push it away? We don't even let that little thing come in and make us feel a little bit of good. We just stick to our mood. And that is where your mental health starts to deteriorate. So by catching it before then, you don't even get to that point. So number one is avoid making decisions. I talked about this in a short, so if you've already seen it, I'm going to go over the first three again. Avoid making decisions. Put it off an hour, 2 hours, overnight, next week. Don't make any decisions when your mental health is challenged unless you absolutely have to. And if you absolutely have to, it might be good to consult with a trusted friend to say, this is the decision that I want to make. Can you see problems with this? Because we can be real, like not care about anything when our mental health is being challenged. But next week we might regret what we did. So avoid making decisions. Number two, stay quiet. If you want to be nasty or snappy, the best thing that you can do is just don't talk at all. Sing to yourself in your speaking, whatever. And if people want to talk to you, then you have to have the boundaries to say, you know what, I'm in a bad mood. And while I'd love to talk to you, I'm not going to be the great conversationalist than you're used to me being. So let's reschedule talking to each other for now. Number three is sing. I jumped ahead a little bit on that one. One thing I love about singing is that it helps me forget about my baloney. I'm singing the song, I'm caught up in the music and the lyrics and the feel of the song, and I just don't hear the noise that's going on inside my head. I sing a lot. I have my own karaoke microphone, and it just really gets everything out to be able to do that. Okay, number four is know your triggers. So if Aunt Agnes triggers you when you see her and you see her come up on your caller ID, send her to voicemail until you feel a little better. If going to a certain place triggers you and it has to be done, maybe you can send someone else to go get whatever it is you need to get. Stay home, don't make plans, work on getting yourself better, stronger, and then go and do the things that you want to do. And you want to check in with yourself. Number five, check in with yourself. Like sometimes I start to go down the spiral and I don't realize it. And I might get some physical symptoms or some tears or whatever. And then I have to stop and say, wait, what's going on with me now? Like, why am I having all of these feels? And because I have narcolepsy, I deal with sleep deprivation a lot, and it does make me extra sensitive. So usually at that point, I know I need to go and take a nap. Number six, hold your own hand. I discussed in the motivational speech that I did the other day for a business that there's a concept being talked about now called reparenting. And if you had one or both of your parents were not the best parents, not nurturing, not encouraging, they damaged your personality from those things, then it's important to hold your own hand and reparent yourself, to give yourself the love, affection, attention that you didn't get. Because when you didn't get it, it can make you very needy. I have a video, I'll link it in the description. It's what happens if I don't need people to like me. If you're a people pleaser, that's definitely a great video to watch because it might help you reduce the things that you do and increase your boundaries and help you have better days. Number seven, be on your own side. Whether it's verbally or in your mind. If you make a mistake, have your own back. Be on your own side. Like if somebody's coming at you, don't feel like you need to defend yourself. I've said before 100 times, the first time you let someone else think whatever they want to about you, your personal power magnifies exponentially. And by being on your own side, you don't have to accept what other people are complaining about or saying about you. You know who you are, and you knowing who you are is way more important than anyone else knowing who you are. Number 8, pile on the self-care. Self-care is not just a day at the spa eating bonbons while your nails get done. Self-care is making sure you've had breakfast. Self-care is, do your pits stink, right? Like, keep up with your hygiene. Keeping up with the laundry is self-care. Having rest time, watching good television, listening to good music, wearing comfortable shoes, like all of those things go into taking care of yourself. And that's all that self-care is. It's caring for yourself. This is yourself. Your being is yourself. Be someone you'd want to hang around with. This is number 9. This can be misconstrued as change your personality to accommodate other people, and that's not what it means. Be someone you'd want to hang around with is, would you want to hang around with you the way you're behaving right now? Are you being nasty? Are you throwing your drama all over the place? Would you want to hang around with someone who is miserable and complaining all the time? Not likely. So if you want to have social engagements with other people, the right people, not other people who are just going to keep you in your misery, but people who are going to lift you up, then you have to be someone that you would want to hang around with, and then hang around with those people. You deserve to spend your time with healthy people. You do. And if they're not in your life right now, you have to find them. And social media is a great place to do that. Groups with commonality are a great place to find like-minded people. Okay. Along with the be someone you'd want to hang around with is another phrase that I use to help me when I'm feeling kind of ratty is someone is always watching, even if it's only you, right? So as a mom, I want to set a good example for my kids. So when my kids are in earshot, I want to behave in a way that they can model, right? I want to be a good example for my kids. And when my kids aren't there, I still want to be a good example. And the more I act like who I really want to act like, the more I am authentically myself, the easier it is to deal with my mental health. And being someone you want to hang around with means being like you, right? Like you'd want to hang around with you. Act in a way that you would want to keep company with yourself. It's a strange perspective, but it really does make a difference. If you're sitting around a group of people and things seem to be going off, then you can ask yourself, like, what would make me a better participant in this conversation? And yeah, someone's always watching, even if it's only you. And number 10, of course, my favorite is Happy Matters. Happy Matters so much I trademarked it. Don't be so stuck in the suck that you dismiss the happy that comes in. Let happy photobomb your misery every time. You can go back to being miserable when you're done. All right, that's it. 10 things, right? So I'm taking requests for videos. I did have someone ask me about doing this whole series of protecting your mental health. And I do have a couple other videos in my history that are connected to this topic. So don't be afraid to comment and ask if you want something about self-control or anger or relationships or whatever it is that you want a different perspective on. Feel free to ask, because I love doing this. I love taking something that seems really complicated and turning it into something easy. I'm going to be coming up another episode on the Sexy Cool Lounge podcast. You can see my appearance in the videos on my channel. I'm looking forward to that. We're going to take the topic of protecting your mental health. So if you do listen to podcasts, you can search it, Sexy Cool Lounge with Jimmy IV. I'm also going to have a special guest coming up on one of my videos, Ron Hoffner. He's a master NLP trainer, and he and I are going to talk about life after divorce and the kind of things that a father can do to help protect the mental health of his children. And I'm really looking forward to that video as well. And I'll be adding my perspective from the mother's side on how to parent children after divorce. Now it's time for shout outs. I'm mad thanks to Lisa Ziccarelli. You're a new friend for me, and you have been such a great cheerleader, and I truly, deeply appreciate all your insight on everything that you've shared with me. It means so much. Thank you. Journey Meta Spirit, coming back with comments. It's so great to see you. I feel very happy when I see your name show up. 91 Dreamscaper, new commenter. Thank you for your comment. Deidre Nugent, thank you. Narco Bun, my Japanese narcoleptic friend. Thank you for commenting on my videos. I appreciate you so much. Donna Bittner, Mystical Body, Constance Van Hoof, Betherloo, Jeannie Robinson. Jeannie is one of my coaching clients. She started with me on a 10-week program, and we filmed the first episode and the 10th episode. And wow, what a dramatic difference in Jeannie's life. I have a playlist where you can watch both of those videos on my channel. Toka Life Ruby, love the name, that's so good. Semrao Zan, I hope I said that right. Swatan Ankh, I hope I said that right too. Kuni Tanku, thank you for your comment. Cecil Sen, Meditation Daily. That made me feel really good to have a Meditation Daily comment on my video. So thank you very much for that. And last but not least, Nina Sardlishvili. I'm so excited to have so many people commenting. The community is growing. The people who really believe that happy matters and it's important are sticking around, watching the videos and leaving comments, sharing them with their friends. So mad thanks. I just hit 75,000 views on my YouTube channel after 5 years. It was definitely quite the journey. So stick around, check out the other 160 videos I have on my channel, and thank you so much for being here. I truly, deeply appreciate you. Make it a great day. The choice is always yours.